That's very interesting. There's a lot of discussion about whether or not you should be allowed to use ChatGPT in the classroom and so on. And that seems to me kind of pointless. It's a bit like the discussion about whether you could use calculators or not a few years ago. I mean, now that we've got it, right? And so what I do with my FIU students is actually encourage them to use AI. I speculated a few years ago, some of the essays, because they're so fascinated by AI, some of the essays have been so good. About 3 or 4 years ago, I was thinking, are they using AI to generate these essays? And of course you can now, that's for sure. You can use AI to generate essays, and that becomes a kind of crisis for education in some ways. But what I try to do is get my students to actually use AI in what they do. And one of the assignments I do for my main theory course, theory class in FIU, is to give them a Black Mirror episode to do, a movie. And they work in teams. And one individual actually used 3 forms of AI. One to generate text. Even before ChatGPT was there were already mechanisms to generate text. One to then read it out in a British accent, and you can do that quite easily. You can read it out in a pirate accent or whatever. You can do certainly a British accent. And then one to generate images to go alongside that. And of course, from Midjourney and so on, that's become very standard now. But what was interesting, it was that midway through the story, and this assignment was due right before Halloween, right? Midway through the story, it came up with this conclusion. It said basically, let's face it, the problem on this planet are human beings. They're the ones who are destroying this planet. It's clear that what we've got to do is to get rid of human beings. This is just shocking, right before Halloween. Amazing. So just to be clear, I don't think that AI is evil. If you can't think reflexively, you can't really have intentionality. You can't deliberately want to do something. But at the same time, it is just so astonishingly capable. And that, I think, is really the challenge, is just how capable it is. And it's certainly going to show us up. Whether it's going to wipe us off the planet or not is another question. But it's not inconceivable. It's that you could start developing some form of reflexive thought process. We never thought that possible, but it's getting to the point now that it's mimicking what humans do so well, that it's almost sort of not so far away from AI developing some kind of sentience, some kind of self-awareness. And when that happens, who knows what's going to happen?